Welcome back to the show, everyone. My next guests are here to tell us about the importance of transitioning from hospital to home, as well as in-home care. Welcome to the show, Quincy Novella and Brittany Lewis. Hello.
Hello.
How are you ladies?
We're doing great. Well, I'm doing great.
Yep, it's a great day.
This is such an important topic because I know at one point in time in all of our lives, we're all going to be faced with in-home care, transitioning from hospital back to home. I want to get into all of it, but first, tell me how the two of you started working together, and you're both at Salus, right?
Correct.
Quincy, how did you start?
So I've been with Salus about 14 years, and I do all the case management for the non-medical caregiving. Brittany's been with us, 10 years or so, and she's a clinical nurse in all our hospitals, so can answer all those questions needed when patients are confused at discharge time. And she can go over like what her role is, because she really does help families and patients make right decisions.
So I started as a field nurse for Salus out in the community here, actually at Laguna Woods, all the time, every day, seeing our patients in the home with wounds or IV care, or just helping keep them safe in their home. I would do like home assessments. I've now transitioned to a role for Salus in all of the Orange County, mostly South Orange County hospitals, Saddleback, Kaiser, Mission, trying to ease the transition of our patients who maybe go in because of a fall or go in because of an infection and now have to go back home on IV or need, a hospital bed or additional caregiving. I answer all the questions and make it a smooth transition in between home and the hospital.
Yeah, because there's so much that you probably don't think about.
Insurance, caregiving,
or any of the equipment.
Equipment, exactly.
And I know probably being in the hospital, you're trying to take in so much as it is that it's really hard to try to understand, well, how am I going to continue this once I get home? So you educate the family members as well?
Exactly. On the caregiving. If there comes a time where they're not sure about palliative or hospice or what are our goals of care, I'm a resource that they can ask that's not intimidating, right? So I have all of the knowledge of all lines of our care, as well as, what their goals are. I can direct them easily. I have more time than let's say a hospitalist to come in and explain these very quickly. I sit with the families and
not only that, but once the family member arrives back in their home, do you also go in there and make sure that all the equipment is running correctly and that their family understands the needs that have to take place? Or is that would be me. Yeah, I would go into the picture.
Yeah, I go in. We do a home safety evaluation, just make sure all equipment is in place for the condition of the client. Our goal, all of our goal is to prevent a rehospitalization and to prevent injury, prevent falls, proper nutrition, exercise, engagement, enrich their life a little bit better. So that's always our goal. But yeah, I go into the home, I stay involved with the care while they're on services at all times.
So having a hospital liaison, registered nurse hospital liaison, has got to be such a benefit.
Correct.
Because you can't really do one without the other, right? Or you could fall into the potential of miscommunication if you're not actively working together to take care of the patient.
Yeah, patients, I think at the hospital, the social workers are just so busy, and it's hard to take the time to explain what the needs truly are and to prepare you to go home safely with all your questions asked. So that's where Brittany comes in and makes the ease of going home a little bit less stressful.
And Brittany, when somebody has a few questions that they, maybe that they thought that they took it all in, but then when you get home, you kind of get settled in. You're like, oh wait, what?
I have my cell.
Okay. You seem so passionate. Well, you both do. You seem so passionate about caring.
Yes, we love people.
Where did that start?
My dad's actually a nurse, so I swore I wouldn't be a nurse. it's a job that requires more than it's not a clock in, clock out job, right? You definitely have to have a heart for people if you want to enjoy your job. And he, as a kid, would have all these, notes from patients or awards from the hospital. And so I've always admired him as a nurse. And I fell into it, I guess you could say. I graduated with an art degree and really quickly realized, like, oh my goodness, I was supposed to be a nurse. So started over. And I'm so happy that I did. It's definitely chose me.
Oh my goodness.
She's a true people person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Quincy? What got you started? I know you've been with Salus for, like you said, 14 years.
Yeah, and I've been in the industry, almost 31 years now.
No way.
Yeah, the biggest issue, so what started me, I had a job that I'm retired from. My first 10 years was in human resources. And I was behind a desk all day long with a big factory of 800 employees. And then my mom was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer and had less than 6 months to live.
Oh my goodness.
So I quit my job. I resigned. I moved my mom into my home and took care of her. Her last 6 months, she died at a very young age.
Sorry to hear
52 years old.
Wow.
And I loved the hospice that came in at the time. Salus did not have hospice at that time. And I didn't even know about Salus. But I remember just loving the nurse and how much she helped me because I had an infant and I had a 4-year-old and I was taking care of my mom and just going a little, it was just very busy and sad. And I just loved my hospice nurse and I said, when this all is over, I need to start making a difference in people's lives. It gives me will. It gives me power to just want to thrive and do more. I think I will work until the day I pass because I think even if I retired, I probably would volunteer. I love what I do. I love making a difference. I love giving the support that's needed out there, especially at a time in crisis.
Absolutely. So what are some of the benefits that Salus offers for in-home care?
So I think the thing that really sets us apart, we are Joint Commission accredited, same accreditation as a hospital. It's a true blessing that we do that extra step above. And having a case manager like me, most agencies, they have case managers, but they're actually salespeople. And I'm not a salesperson. I'm an actual case manager. I stay involved with the care. I visit my patients whenever there's a fall or anything and there's an injury, I'll do a visit. Anytime there's a change in condition, do a visit just to order more equipment, get a nurse out there, get a therapist out there, whatever is needed. So, and then having the care daily, it brings more life into the client. I think if we can make a difference, that's what matters and what we do.
So talk me through the discharge process when you've given the client the full assessment, what they're going to need for the transition, not only the transportation, but then getting them back into the home, making sure that whether it's family members or others from Salus, because that part seems pretty intimidating.
It's intimidating and it's not always caught in the hospital. So if I know, and she's so great at communicating, hey, I have someone, at mission, they've been on service for 7 years, they really need additional help. And then I can go in and speak with the case manager and the doctor and say, they really could use those additional benefits, an occupational therapist when they're discharged, a speech therapist for a swallow evaluation. They're having coughing at home when they're eating. So we can get those orders prior to discharge and start that care quicker than going home, having to call their primary, waiting 5 days to get a call back. So it's the ease and the speed, right, that you're going to get cared for, which is a better outcome in the end, the sooner you get cared for.
Yeah, and then the example that you just gave where you had a very full plate. You had an infant, 4-year-old, a mother with severe health challenges, and you're trying to work and be a mom and provide for the family.
They are angels.
And so having that relief, from that burden of, oh my gosh, I don't know anything about the medical field and I want to take care of my parent, but I've got kids, I've got a job, I've got a husband, it's like,
We always
So-
say, let the family be the family member and the caregiver be the caregiver, because the family has a lot of stress on themselves.
Right.
And it's a proven statistic. The primary caregiver is usually a spouse or a daughter or a son, and it's a proven statistic that their health declines more
Absolutely.
quicker than the one they're caring for if they're not taking, because they're spending it all on getting their loved one cared for.
Right.
So hiring a caregiver allows them to be the family that they need to be.
I love that.
I think one more benefit of Salus, which not other companies have, is that we do all 4 lines of service. So we can follow you through each stage of, it's a home health visit for a fall, or just a nurse to check on you. Then as you're transitioning into those other stages of life, into palliative care to help, we have another additional nurse practitioner that'll come to your home. Then after you've decided we need to transition to a hospice, more of a comfort focus than a curative focus, we have that line. So you see the same, it's the continuity of care, which is
Thank
why
you.
I love them.
Thank you, ladies. I can feel the passion, and I know it's in your heart, and it's coming from a very good place. Thank you for sharing
you.
your
Thank
your
you.
time
Thank
with
you.
me today.
Thank you so much.
You're watching This Day on Village TV. We'll be back after these messages.